I want to beat the hardest challenge in Genshin Impact, and to do it, I need my most hated character. I refused to pull Llama, and at first, that wasn't a problem. It took 25 hours, but I cleared Spiral Abyss without ascending Gleam on Nefer. And then with the help of a robot, a moon goddess, and a Favonius knight, 15 hours later, I beat Stygian 2. That was only Fearless. An even harder challenge called, and over the next 14 hours, only one character can save me. With Lauma acquired, I had a plan to tackle Dire. But first, she can turn into a deer, right? How do I turn into a deer? Do I run? No. Do I hold the skill? No. Charge attack? Oh. But she's kind of quick with it. I was ready for the day, or so I thought. Aetherlight Spindaloot, an event weapon available during Llama's first banner. But I didn't like Llama. I only returned to the game when Flynn's came back. That event was gone. So, my next option is craftable weapons, except those don't work either. The only catalyst builds I have are for Mondstadt. And my dream solvents, they were used to get Llama's skill to level 10, the last being saved for Nefa's weapon, or Columbina's skill. So, I settled. Favonius Codex, a certain someone's favorite. But that's a big damage loss. I needed to make up the difference somewhere else. Luckily, I had something saved for a moment like this. These are 8 months worth of artifacts I've been stockpiling, waiting to gear a character I like. I didn't expect to use them for Llama, but if I want to clear Dire, I know what must be done. Whoa, that looks potentially crazy. Oh, that looks potentially crazy too. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that looks good too. Wait, what? Hit. Hit again. Hit again. It's like we're just gonna keep hitting. Just keep hitting, bro. Come on. Okay. Bring it home. Just hit again. I have no Mora. Thankfully, I had extra leveled artifacts for the time being. All right, just hit. First piece. Why is it always on the... It doesn't matter. It hit well enough, all right? But why is it always the last one? Yo! Okay, I'm not excited. Okay, we're excited, baby. That's a good piece. Look at that flower. Sands and helmets require the hardest main stat to get, so I settled for mediocre stats for now. So we have 1k EM on sheets with 199 ER, but our Fab is level 70. So I'm pretty above the ER cap. I don't know if our stats are the best, but I mean, some of our pieces are really good. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Fab proc once a Stygian clear, bro. I was almost ready to attempt Dire, except I need to address one thing. Columbina. My two carries are Flynn's and Nefer. Both of them want the same thing. Dire is such a difficulty spike. I knew that either team losing Columbina would be a huge detriment, but it's also an opportunity. The perfect chance for Llama to prove her worth. Do I have a single clue how to play this team? Nope. But you know what I do know? I know Nefer is the GOAT, and I know Llama right next to her means it's a free win. Okay, we skill ult. Do I want to double skill on Llama then? Okay, we ult here. It's not letting me swap for some reason, but okay. 1, 2, ult. My thing doesn't go off based. I have no idea. Where is my ult? I'm waiting on Ino. 2 crows. Okay. He's not standing in the water ring. That's based. I get no water because he ran out of the ring. Okay. Not gonna lie, hitting 100k on every single one is kind of nice. I don't have ult. Where's my damage? I don't have ult. I don't have damage. I don't have anything. What the fuck? Hello? What? I have no energy. You guys see this lack of energy, right? I've done 0 damage. I'm supposed to clear that? I struggled for hours on end to barely clear Fearless last time. Only just making it through with Zajef, Limbo, and Fallen's help. Now, in front of me, a challenge twice as hard. Could I ever overcome such a gap? Maybe not, but I found the perfect start. I was linked to clear from a player using a 3-star weapon. Watching him showed me everything I was doing was wrong. Ignoring the fact that he was doing more damage than my Nefer with a 3-star weapon, I was attacking 5 to 6 times every time I was on Nefer. I was also going through my team like it was a Congo line, but if you watch him, he only attacks 3 times with Nefer before he swaps. Then, he goes to Ino, ult, Llama ult skill, Sucrose skill, and back to Nefer. Except this time, after the 3 attacks, he only rotates through Ino and Sucrose, and the reason is genius. By swapping, he's able to reapply both Ino and Sucrose's buffs, since they're running Instructor and Deepwood respectively. I was just tanking the damage loss instead. So, I went on a mad dash to get resources. I even did the early floors of Abyss just for the Mora. I raised my talents for some extra damage and copied the gear setup from the video. But, was it enough? Okay, I get it now. So Nefer skill, Llama skill, Sucrose, and then you do an async rotation. We need the Fat Proc? Perfect. So we dodge. Then I don't want to take damage here. Okay, 1, 2, we need one more. Then we go to Ino. Auto, use the skill. Eat those procs. Go back into Ino. He uses the ult here before he goes forward. Except I don't have it. And it's because there's one thing about his video I couldn't copy. He has something I don't. Something that can't be made up with the mechanics. He's using a C6 Ino. I only have C1, and that changes everything. At C4, Ino gains one thing that makes this rotation work. An extra 10 energy every time she presses her skill. That 10 energy didn't matter when I was on SMS, and it's obvious why. SMS is a 5-star set. I can get energy recharge from the rolls. But with instructors, I only have 230. I needed a new plan, so I enlisted the help of a genius. The gameplay felt better immediately, but it wasn't without its trade-offs. Xingqiu was able to set up his Hydro application instantly in the run, but Ino was able to use her skill much more often to generate energy for everyone. Now, I'm having energy issues with Llama, and I'm losing seconds every run. And don't forget, even though Ino was only C1, that gives her a team-wide buff as well. Meanwhile, Xingqiu, he has nothing to offer. Even so, I was starting to see the light. 3, 4, 3, 2. Wait, I don't have the thing. I don't have the thing. I don't have the skill. It wasn't off cooldown. Not sure why, but it took until that run for me to realize something. You should subscribe, and I can make this way easier on myself. I looked up my Nefer, only to find out she's a top 28% Nefer. That's code for terrible. I was willing to use my stockpile for my most hated character. Why am I holding out for one of my favorites? These two. I'm gonna say nothing. We do not get excited. We do not give a victory speech. We just let it roll. What? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What is a decree to reshape? I wanted to use it, except none of the gear I had was worthy. Nefer deserves better, and that left me with only one option. And it's a 4-liner. And it's gonna 2x, and it's gonna hit all crit damage. Let's go. And it's getting reshaped. Okay, that's based. I believe. Mihoyo, you wouldn't do me dirty. You would give me a good piece here. You would say this goblet, it deserves 5 lines. I am sacrificing 4 of the elixirs in a Decrid reshape. You know that's worth it. It hit the bottom on the first one. I wasn't gonna let bad luck keep me down. Her gear is good enough. She's nearly in the 90th percentile. There's one last weak link left. Me. But when that's the case, one thing is inevitable. Whether it's spending 25 hours to clear Spiral Abyss without Ascending Gleam on Nefer, or it's beating the Fearless Stygian everyone said was impossible for my account, I'll find a way. And it's getting really close. Wait, hold on. 9. Wait, hold on. Wait. Is this without a single Winston proc? We got this close? I'm at 1% without a single Winston proc. Damn. Dude, Xingqiu's that guy. Okay. Honestly, this run's looking great. And I got the Winston. All right, hold on. Another Winston? Hold on. We got 2 Winstons. 30 seconds, 20% HP left? All right, come on. 17? 15? He's got 10% HP. All right, come on. This has to be the run. 10 seconds. 9, 8. I just go over to Sucrose and then go back to Nefer. This is the run. 3. Ooh. That was 12 hours, dude. That was 12 hours. I invested in my most hated character, and in return, she gave me my very first dire boss kill. But As I tried to make it too, I didn't need 12 hours to figure it out. Right now, I'm not ready. How much longer would it take to clear all 3 at once? Who did I still need by my side to finish this journey? I don't know, and we'll find out. But in the meantime, subscribe and check out how I beat Fearless Stygian for the first time, or my return to Genshin Impact right here.